So welcome back to Orchid House. It's Olivier in Fort Lauderdale, and today I wanted to show you my Psychopsis Mariposa, which in Spanish means butterfly. It's a big flower. Most people refer to this as the butterfly orchid, so it's very typical because you have an inflorescence and it has one flower at a time, then the flower fades and then it grows another flower, and it can last for years. I mean, it's typically 1 month of bloom and then a month and a half without one. The reality though is that this is a genus of its own. It's called Psychopsis, and you have 4 different species. This is actually a blend of papilio, which again means butterfly, but in Latin, 75% papilio and 25% cameriana, which are 2 of the species that look very similar. If you buy the species, you'll see that the petals here are very, very thin, and you have like 3 little sticks sticking up. So I have no idea how you get to this this big flower. This one is Peloric, so the 2 petals are the same as the lip. So it's actually Mariposa 3 lips, I think, so it's a Peloric version. No idea how you get to this, because this is quite striking and big. The lateral sepals always tend to recurve, which is annoying, so I'm cheating here by showing you the flower in full, but it's really like this. So this is an oncidium, so it typically goes through wet and dry cycles, but I would say this one tends to be a little wetter than your standard oncidium. So what I do, I let it go completely dry, and then I soak it real good. And so my bulbs they're not super big, but they are very plump, very hard, all of them. 1, 2, there's a new one growing here, there's another one there. This is all quite plump. And that's how you get there, basically. So I let it go completely dry, but it doesn't stay dry for very long, and then like I said, I soak it real good. This grows in fairly low light. The leaves here are green. If you have the Mendenhall, which is another, because most of the ones that you're going to buy in the trade are not the species, they are a hybrid and a blend of these 4. And the Mendenhall is very popular and very typical because it has a very mottled leaf. It's very special. The leaf itself is beautiful, but that's a sign that that's pure shade, so that the mottled leaves, you really don't want to give it any light. This is a warm grower, so perfect for me here in South Florida. It grows outside year round. Something that you want to avoid repotting. So it has very thin roots, like most oncidiums. You see there's a bunch of the green tips. I don't know if you can see them. Like my Phalaenopsis, like my here again, a bunch of them here. Fresh roots. My Calatheums, I like to use these transparent pots because I can really tell if the medium is completely dry and when it's time to repot them, and also monitor the growth of these new roots because it tells me that the plant is healthy. This here is a growth that got stunted, and I'm pretty sure I kept it too dry real briefly and then it aborted. This spike, no, this one that's blooming now, I grew myself. I've had the plant for over 2 years now. This one came with the plant when I bought it, and every time the flower blasts and I spray it against thrips, and at this point I don't think anything is coming. So it's still green, so as long as it stays green, I'm going to keep it. If it starts yellowing, I'll cut it off. But mature plants can get many spikes, and then you have a lot of these special flowers, but only one at a time. So I think that's all I wanted to tell you. I mean, everybody calls this the butterfly orchid, and like I said, you have many different flowers. This one is a very big one, but in reality it's a species, it's a genus of its own, and this is just one of those hybrids that you'll find in the trade. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.